Two, one. All right, welcome to Keepin' It Lowkey, where we hit all the high notes with your favorite musicians. My name is Gabriel Lovato.
I'm Brandon Bridgman.
All righty, and today we are joined by Destroy Boys. What's up? So anyways, let me say this really quick. Me and Brandon are both super big fans of you guys. We actually went and saw you guys when you guys were on tour. We saw you guys in St. Louis, and your opening act was our first experience with a mosh pit, actually, which is crazy. And then, I think I know that there's no way you remember this, but me and Brandon actually approached you guys for a picture, and it was really surreal. But yeah.
Wait, which show in St. Louis?
Was it last year or the year before?
2019.
Yeah.
With Mannequin Pussy?
Mannequin Pussy?
Wait.
It was,
with swimmers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
it was
Beach Goons.
It was the Ready Room. Ready Room.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a good show.
That was such a good show.
Yeah,
Bag
and
of edibles afterwards.
Yeah.
I feel like so many people. There was like a circle, and so many people were like offering us like weed. I was like, "Whoa, this is a lot."
No. Yeah, that was definitely a crazy concert, and it was awesome. We actually got really hyped when you guys started playing Territorial Pissings.
Yeah.
By Nirvana. That was insane. Yeah. So I guess to start off, we just you guys have released 2 singles recently, and they're both phenomenal and fantastic. And yeah, we definitely. I think I want to start off with your guys' first album. Why did you guys decide to go with a less? I've noticed in your first album it was more like I guess you could say like a traditional punk style.
Mm-hmm.
And then in your second one, it was more, I guess you could say, produced.
Like maybe it's because the first record we did it when we were 16, and we recorded, mixed, and mastered it in 10 hours and released it the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
In like the night before.
The night before in my old garage. We were like, we have to have 10 songs. So we just wrote another song, and then we did the secret song, which counted as the 10th one. And the secret song was written in the studio, and it's all improv.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. And that's obviously where the classic Probation came from, and
classic Probation.
I
That
mean,
song has had 3 instances in being recorded. It was an acoustic song. We put it on the first. Yeah, I agree. All the chords are minor in the acoustic song, which makes it extra fancy. We did it on our first EP ever that was called Grimester.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried to upload at 9:16 p.m. or 9:16 p.m. because that's our area code, and then it delayed, so it went up at like 10:30 at night.
Literally the same thing happened with Sorry Mom.
Sorry
too.
Mom.
We were like, oh my god, it's gonna be out, and then we were like, just kidding, like we didn't upload it in time.
It's not working. We're like sitting over the Bandcamp page like, and then it was on Sorry Mom, which is our first record.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still shocked that song has had the trajectory that it's had, because it's so silly.
It is really silly.
That's
Yeah.
why.
No, it's definitely. I'd say it was my first introduction to. I think you guys definitely kind of introduced me to a more classic punk sound, actually, because that's actually what made me like get into like stuff like listen to Black Flags and like.
You hadn't listened to Black Flag before?
I did, but it was like more like I had a harder time listening to it, and then you guys kind of like eased me into that
That's
a
so
little
nice.
bit more
Hell yeah.
personally.
Aw.
Don't look at me like that.
Never listen to Black Flag.
Like, I don't know about that one.
No, that was me. That was me for sure.
I was
Just
way into
stuff
Black
like
Flag,
Me and Narsa.
and then
Yeah.
I went to the concert, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like after listening to the other, because I'd listened to Beach Goons, and that's who I was most hyped for.
Mhm.
And then I was like, I feel like this isn't going to be like a moshy concert because I hadn't listened to any of your work previously.
Oh.
And then you got on stage and started playing, and I was like, okay, this is the best concert ever.
Yeah.
I think the Destroy Boys segment of that show is probably my favorite, like the best time I've ever had at a concert.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that concert was like our I would say our like introduction to like more like underground venues, because like the Ready Room and stuff, it's just like, I mean, it's a basement, you know, and it's just like a small quaint area, and that was like, you guys were our first like, let's just go see like what's playing like down on the Grove, and it was like, it like blew us away. Like, it was definitely like a big moment for us. Yeah. So tell us about the I mean, I have a personal favorite song that I personally want to ask about because the lyrics puzzle me. And then I know, aren't you and your girlfriend really into Piedmont?
I'm really into Piedmont. I like the second conversation me and my girlfriend ever had, like before we were dating, was about you guys.
Oh my god.
She asked me about seeing you guys. And I was like, yeah, oh my God, it was so awesome. They covered Nirvana. We moshed. The bassist moshed with us. I was amazing.
Aw.
Yeah. Your guys is a touring member. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name.
Fallon.
Fallon? It's Fallon. I've been pronouncing it Phelan.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Fallon, yeah.
I was pronouncing it really wrong too.
But yeah, it was like just it's a very vivid memory of like being in the pit and then seeing her next to us, and we were like really confused because we were like, weren't you just like on stage?
Yeah, because she got pushed into me and her hair went in my mouth and I was like, ah. I was like, oh, and then she turned around to like run to like get out of the pit, and I was like, Gabe, oh my God.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god,
really
I
cute.
love when that happens.
Yeah.
That's what we really loved, like getting in the crowd, like for the beach kids and
Yeah.
swimmers. Like they put on a great show every night, so we just loved like being in it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Great.
taking a little breather or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You guys definitely scared the crap out of us though when you did the wall of death. 'Cause, like,
Bad
God, I
man,
love
afraid.
doing the wall of death.
I
The
miss
Wall of
it.
Death was my favorite.
I know. I'm always like, oh god, like are they gonna do it? And they like almost always do it. And I'm just like, oh thank God.
I lost my glasses a few
You tell
times.
us, you're always like, spit it down the middle.
I know, like, I don't know. Sometimes I worry about like people's safety and stuff. But if you're in the pit, like you kind of know what you're getting into. I
Yeah.
think.
The kids in the
Yeah.
front at
Yeah.
the wall of death look so crazy
They-
before you call it to go. Like if we'll look out because we usually do it
Yeah.
Crybaby.
Yeah.
Where I'm like kind of playing a riff, but it's not too hard, so I can look up like right before they collide, I guess. And the looks on people's faces as they're running into each other are so gnarly. They're
Like my heart is racing just like thinking about playing
I
a
know,
show
I
and
just-
like doing stuff like that.
so crazy.
Oh my god. I like yeah.
Yeah, people definitely go like all out when when it drops. But yeah.
There was this huge
like
like
do it themselves too. When
Yeah.
they like open up, I'll like be ready to like do tell everyone to like open it up, and then I'll see like one person in the crowd like spreading everyone out and like holding it and be like wait like yeah, and then like they control, and I'm like look at you go like sit.
Yeah. The pit enforcers. Yeah. No, they're super cool. Before we get into any serious questions, thank you guys for being our third band we featured on this podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool to have you guys on.
very cool.
So tell us about the song Vixen, because
Okay.
that's a song that's always perplexed me because of the lyrics. I was the chosen sailor, and like I just want to know the like meaning behind that, and like what's the
I mean, what do you think the meaning is? I want to hear your interpretation.
okay, so I'm not good with dissecting poetry, and that's pretty much all song lyrics are. But like, see, I really don't know where to
Okay.
start.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, like, I used to tell this story on stage too. But there was this girl that I really liked, and we like had seen each other for like briefly and then like stopped because I stopped it. And then I was like a year later, I was like, oh man, like what did I do? Like I'm so stupid. Like she's so cool and pretty and like such a great artist. I was like, I made a mistake. And so like I really hope she doesn't listen to this. But like well like I was a chosen sailor specifically just because like from what I saw, she wasn't really like interested in many other people, but she seemed to be interested in me. And I was like, and I was the dumbass. Like, and everyone had a crush on her because she's so like pretty and just like amazing.
She's awesome.
And like, you know, I was like, damn, like this girl really was like gonna give me a chance, and then I messed it up. And so that's kind of what that's about. And then like the sailor part is this I started writing about like how she's just like really elusive and like, is that the right word? I don't know. But she's like really like, I guess mysterious. I don't know. She's a Scorpio.
She's a Scorpio,
But I was kind of into this. I was like just writing lyrics about how she's like so pretty and stuff. And then like Siren came up, and so I was like, okay, like sailors,
general siren imagery.
Yeah, general siren, you know, writing poetry. I kind of wanted to just like work on that imagery a little more. Because I like doing that with lyrics, like having sort of a running you know, like picture almost.
Right. You want like a narrative to it. Yeah. No, that's really cool. I never got the siren part, but now that you say that, it makes like a lot more sense. The vixen part, like really.
It's the first lyric. Yeah, the first lyric is "Whisper Your Siren Song," because I just.
Oh yes, so, yes, that.
I felt so like.
Enchanted.
Yeah, enchanted.
No, I got you. Yeah.
Whisper your silent song.
Yeah. And what about Piedmont?
So Piedmont is about the city of Piedmont that is within the city of Oakland. And if you're not from the Bay Area, it's basically just a city of wealthy people. It's like a wealthy city. And it's like
a functionally gated community is what I call it.
Yeah. And it's like, but they have like their own police department. And so they're like an official city is what I'm trying to say. Screw the police. I don't know what the policy on cussing is on this podcast.
I mean, at this point,
like we've had so much happen. Like we can just bleep it.
Yeah, it's
like for our podcast, like the first 40-ish minutes goes on our school's website, and then the full uncut thing goes on Spotify and YouTube.
Worse things have happened on the podcast. Yeah. So
do you want to tell that story?
We can later.
Okay.
But yeah, so Piedmont, it's like about, you know, rich people and their like weird rich people codes, and in general just like feeling excluded from certain communities for no reason. And like for me, it was very much like stepping into a world where all these people have known each other for like years and years, and them like not accepting a new person. And that's sort of where this came from. And like the like nostalgic for things I never had kind of part is about the sort of like wanting to have those experiences that they had with other people first, you know, where it's, I don't know, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's basically pretty much about like being an outsider, wanting to be an insider, and then later being like, you know what, like, never mind, I don't actually want that. And kind of figuring out for myself that it's not worth it to, like, in the video, we sort of have this arc too, where it's like, you know what, like, we don't need that, like, I don't need that validation from these people. Like if they can go and do their weird, they can have their stupid codes that like I don't understand, and they can have their customs, and I don't need to be a part of it. I don't want to.
And the way we frame that in the video is just like, if you've seen it, we enter a house party, and then there are these versions of ourselves that are like these like kind of idealized versions, but they're also like when me and her friend Fran co-directed it, we basically wrote it as like we would like select these qualities that we didn't like about ourselves as band members, and then we created these really kind of caricatures of what those qualities were. Like mine was like really like judgmental, and like I was like in a dress and I was smoking, and then Alexia's was really nervous and like hiding and anxious. I don't remember when Narcissus was. You were party guy.
Bro,
Yeah, you were like bro guy. So some of them were real qualities that we worry about, some of them weren't. It was just like fun to make these kind of cartoonish images and then destroy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, like that whole thing can, like, in the third verse, the lyrics are like, camouflage restricted. Yeah, camouflage restricted or cast out.
liberated.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You know, where it's like camouflage so that you're fitting in, like, or I'm fitting in, but you know, I don't get to be myself,
Mhm.
which sucks. Or I can be cast out of this little community and be free. You know,
That's good.
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, I got
and
that.
it's like finding a weird like balance between that. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Green sweaters. This is cool. Both wearing sweaters.
So like
Oh,
let's-
before you continue,
oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
must correct you. Piedmont's my second favorite song because
Oh.
my first favorite is No Respect.
I knew.
Yeah, it
The
is.
look on your snidely little face. I knew it was gonna. I'm just kidding.
No Respect is a good song, dude.
Boo, boo, boo.
I actually went back and listened to Sorry Mom not that long ago. Because I don't know, I hadn't listened to it in so long, and I was like, what are people listening to? You know, I was like, what is our first album? And it's like, it's not as good as I thought it was before. But like,
I thought it was so good.
I know, I thought it was a shit. It's still, you know, like it still kind of goes. It's like so silly. No Respect is such a silly song. It's very good.
I wrote that
I like
song in a fit of rage, so I have the authority to say that I hate it now.
No.
I was
Good
really
to
mad.
know.
Yeah, I used to work at this record store, and my boss helped me make tapes of our first EP, Grimester. I don't know, you probably know this story because you. But yeah, we made EPs. We made tape EPs. There was this other guy that worked here that was kind of like, he wasn't really talking shit to me, but he kept being like, oh, you know, like the scene, and like I've released a bunch of tapes, and like, oh, but I also had a crush on this dude. It's the same guy probation is about, and like I was just like, oh, you fucking talk to me that way? No way. And I wrote No Respect.
So fun.
I think, yeah, don't, yeah.
Oh my god, the lead when it goes like da na 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 na, like that's so good. That's
no, it's
so
Haggard.
good.
It's Haggard.
No, it's great.
I
We
love
can
it.
re-
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
But can I ask you, not to stroke my own ego, because I'm genuinely curious, why do you like that song? I really.
Why
wanna
do I
know,
like that
'cause-
song? Well, for me, I always feel like I mean, I love lyrics. Like lyrics are good, but I feel like it's more about the emotion, and I can really just feel the anger in that song. And so I listen to that song anytime I'm pissed. Like,
I'm really glad I came across because I was really mad.
Sorry, Mom
Yeah.
is full of it.
Yeah, it's like such unbridled.
It's like diss track after diss track.
teen
honestly.
rage. Yeah, it's like so much, like 17 years of rage had built up into
Yeah.
that album, and then we made it. Yeah, in 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason why it sounds like that too, because we were just like 16, 17. Wait, 16 or 17?
I don't remember.
Me
I think
neither.
it was
Maybe 17.
No, because Grimester was.
Because we started the
six-
band, we were like 15, and then
Grimester
turned
was 16, so I think Star Mom was 2017.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think sorry. Here, I can check real quick. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2016.
Really?
View
You played
album. No, I was wrong. It is 2017. You're right. February 4th, 2017.
17 years of rage.
Yeah, just I think that we were just kind of like, well, we had a time constraint, and so that's partially why it sounds like that. But then it's also like just super raw, like.
Yeah, I love
You know,
that.
I like it when like my voice is really clear and you can just hear the anger.
Right. So, you guys started the band when you guys were teenagers. when did you guys
Yeah.
start seeing like, oh, we're gaining a following here?
Like last year. I feel like.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
I mean-
it really exploded into something real last year,
Yeah.
but it started like, I mean,
Yeah. I feel like, you know, it's like complicated because like even since the beginning we've had like there is a solid music scene in Sacramento, and so we would play shows and like our friends would go, you know, and so they were like Destroy Boys fans, like our homies, you know.
it was really cool.
Yeah, which was really sick. And then yeah, like we did have like a couple people that it was more like individuals, I feel like, that were like
Yeah,
more of a
Sully
following.
Hargrove,
Yeah,
my
Sully.
queen.
Yeah. And but like we didn't really it I guess I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it wasn't really like I feel like I don't know.
It was kind of like big chunks, right? Like these big things would happen, and like I still don't feel like when people talk to us and they're like, "Oh, you're rock star band." Like I don't feel like we're a big
No.
band. I feel like
Yeah.
we're just a band that's.
I'm like I
having
literally
fun.
like work at a grocery store still. Like,
Yeah, I have
like
two
we
jobs
have
now.
jobs, you know, like
But
it's not like we're fucking rock stars.
what's cool about this band is so many things, but one thing is like one story I always remember when someone asked me that is like I had been in a bunch of other bands before that were just like bad bands, like we were just like Blink-182 cover bands, and then I would write these
Nice.
songs and they just
mini
be-
golf?
yeah, deep ass cut. I forgot that fucking band. Wow repressed. I had a bunch of it. Mini golf, that band, bunch of other bands. And then I met Alexia. I heard her sing. It was like, oh my god, we have to do this. And we recorded her song. And none of those bands had ever done anything, right? We just played music in my garage, and I really wanted to be in this, band that like played shows and toured, and like we recorded that song. I think I should make out with other people. And what was different about that is we uploaded it to Facebook at like 2 in the 3 in the
I think
morning?
it was like midnight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Like late at night.
Yeah.
And we woke up the next morning to get breakfast with my parents, and a lot of people were commenting that they liked it.
Yeah.
Like just our friends, but they
Yeah.
were like, "This is really good." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah,
Such
this
a mean
one."
song. I can't believe I let that
It's
be
not
out.
mean, it's honest.
I
It's
guess.
honest.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what
yeah.
we
I
like.
feel bad about it now.
But it comes in
Looking back on it.
it comes in chunks, and it's always such a great feeling, when we feel like we reached a new
Yeah.
moment or a new audience. And
Mhm.
Tony Hawk was one of those moments where it was just like, holy shit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. You guys you have a song of a new Tony Hawk game. Which one is it?
Ducky Duck World.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey.
man, I
Well-
forgot about that.
Yeah. And like now I'm so glad we re-recorded it, because
Mhm.
I think that song is really good, and it kind of got
Yeah.
I think it
I
was
know.
one of the lesser known ones.
Yeah, some people are like,
until-
why did they re-record it? And it's like, do you guys not hear that there's a bass in there now?
Dude, the
like,
bass line
wait a
makes it so
second.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
we feel like it changes. Like, I feel like it changes the song.
A ton,
Yeah.
yeah. And just the sound quality on my room is so much better. And it was just so crazy to, have that team reach out to us and be like, oh, this is like a real world. This is like a real
Yeah.
band thing.
Like, we got
This
a
is like
contract
real-
from like Activision. You know,
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
like what? That was crazy.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So do you have any like other songs that are like maybe featured in movies and stuff?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not
Dang.
yet.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Coming to theaters near you, or coming to streaming service near you.
Destroy Boys 2.
Yeah.
I think the video game thing might be bigger than a movie though, because everybody played
Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
So cool.
Yeah.
So,
Especially during quarantine,
It's
right?
like,
Everybody's talking about a new Tony
like,
Hawk
thank
game.
you, Mr. Hawk.
Thank you,
Mhm.
hockey.
That reminds me, has this quarantine like affected your guys' process in like music making in any way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being honest,
Mhm.
like, songwriting slowed down a lot just because we couldn't
Yeah.
be in the same room, and
Yeah.
it's depressing,
Yeah.
Like,
And it's like practicing, like I feel a lot of the times I'm like, I don't know why, like why should we practice? Like it's not like we have a show that we need to get ready for.
Mhm.
And it's like now we're writing stuff.
Ooh.
Mhm.
But like, it's sort of like we don't have to practice. Like
Mhm.
there's nothing that we're gonna, it's not like we're gonna do a show and then be really bad if we don't. Like there's nothing to practice for.
Right. Oh yeah,
And I
definitely.
like my songwriting like hasn't been, you know, at the beginning of quarantine, I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh my god, I'm gonna like write so much music and stuff, but I
We
like
definitely were like that.
yeah.
We didn't practice for like the first 3 months.
Yeah. And it's like that's partially because like working and stuff too.
Mhm.
But like it's like I've been it's like I write about things that happen to me in real life, and things have been so stagnant that there's almost like nothing to write about. Or like I like to write about things when they're over, and this isn't done yet, you know, like the pandemic isn't over yet, so it's kind of hard for me to like write something about it and reach like some sort of closure because there is no closure yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Would it be a bummer if I went to go pee really quick? It would take 1 minute.
Oh no, you're all good. You're all good. Yeah.
I'm gonna go really fast.
Yeah.
Everyone talk about bye.
I guess so has like I know you guys are in California, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, quarantine is different over there for you guys, I'm assuming, because
I think San Francisco is really on top of it.
right.
Hi, son.
My son. Oh yeah. Oh, we our first interview was actually. Are you guys familiar with Hi Son?
Mm-mm.
Justin. I don't know.
I don't want to butcher his last name because
Yeah.
I love him and I want to be best friends with him.
But
So.
he's from San Francisco, and yeah, I know quarantine over there. I think from what I've read, I think it's more strict in California than it is here in Missouri.
People definitely take it seriously. Like no one really fucks around with like, I forgot our first words. No one like messes around with like, you know, going to stores and like not wearing a mask. Everyone's down for that. Like, and like there isn't like super large gatherings like when there's a lot of protests.
Everyone wears a mask.
Everyone wore a mask. Like I brought like a huge thing of masks because I just figured like some people won't have masks, but then I didn't give any out because everyone wore a mask. That was really neat.
Yeah, like people were relatively safe, and I'm pretty sure that I think that the rate per new infection is like less than 1. So it's like if there's a new case, the rate that someone new is going to get it at is like less than 1% or something like that. So it's really good. Like it's pretty good here.
Yeah, that's
indoor dining in San Francisco. But then honestly though, like you go like Sacramento's different. Sacramento, like pandemic's over. I know. Like 15 minutes out of Sacramento, like pandemic's over. You know, it kind of varies like in where in California you are.
I wish.
Yeah, here
I wish.
Missouri is kind of a hot spot because nobody cares about wearing masks anywhere.
So crazy, dude.
Yeah,
we're required to wear them at school though, so that's like that's really good. The only time I hate wearing it is I'm in weight training, and I have to wear it during weight training, and that's a little tough.
But yeah,
but
it's
worth it.
Yeah, it's much different out here. There's much more. I don't know. It's like it's kind of like Hick Central out here because like
I don't like I talk to customers and stuff, and like their kids like aren't in school. They do like Zoom school out here. I don't think I've talked to anyone who like maybe one person with their kid who had like who were doing in-person classes, but like no one else is. So that's kind of crazy to hear that people like are going to school, like going to a place.
Oh yeah.
Well, we had the option to do online.
Yeah, we had the option to do online, but we chose in person because we were going stir crazy. And like I think everybody's consensus was that like as long as everybody is like on board with keeping their masks on, things are gonna stay pretty like calm.
I think we've only had like since the school year started, I think we've only had like 5 cases.
Yeah, it was like 5 cases at our school, but a bunch of people got contact traced because of that. But it didn't. Nobody really like actually contracted it. Through that system. So I mean, I guess it's going okay then.
Yeah, is
it a big school? Because like
well, 75% of the students are there, so it's probably like it's like 1,500 kids maybe.
Okay,
Because like when you said 5, my grade was like, or my whole school was like 350 people, so 5 people would be like a lot.
Oh,
like,
I wish.
That's tiny.
Yeah, like
we have.
we have like
we have easily, I think
we have like 2,000.
Yeah.
Something like that, like near 2,000, and like only like 1,700 or something like that.
Yeah, our campus is pretty big, but yeah, I mean that's the point. That's the point that we're at right now.
Yeah.
So I guess back to music. And are you guys, your Spotify, it's got about 500,000 monthly listeners. Does that number surprise you?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, every day.
Yeah. I check it. I have a Spotify for Artist app on my phone. I check it every morning. And every morning it's like a little present. It's like my daily meditation.
Literally blows my mind. I like can't believe it.
Yeah,
it feels
awesome.
fake. It feels so fake.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool because like I hope that number is real. I don't know how they measure that, but I'm like, oh my God, like
yeah, like I can't even like conceive of it in my head. Like it sounds like fake.
That's like Hello Stadium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like
have our music on Spotify, like my coworkers and stuff, and they'll check it out and they'll be like, "Oh, you're like a real band," and I'm like,
"Yeah." People don't believe me in my job either. They'll be like, "Oh, you're in a band. That's cool. What's your name? Oh, look, whoa."
Then, like to us, like it does. I don't know. Like it's a surprise, but it doesn't. It's not like I can really picture like 500,000 people, but then now as I'm saying it, I'm like, wow, that's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like such a gift. Yeah. It's like so grateful when people want to listen to it.
Yeah. We also like, we've been working towards, racking up those numbers for like a long time. Like we've been working
5
really
years.
hard. Yeah. It'll be 5 years in
October.
Oh, we missed our anniversary. Wait,
our first show was on Halloween, so we have that one.
Yeah, okay.
Our first show ever was on Halloween. God. I also haven't shaved my legs since then, so it's also the 5-year anniversary of me not shaving my legs.
Nice, dude. I haven't shaved my legs in like 18 years.
Get there one day.
That's so funny. Every other month of the year, I go, "Yo, we've been going since October 2015, and now it's October 2020." So 5 years we've been working our little teenage now adult butts off, to try and rock a little bit.
I wanted to say earlier too that like Vi had been in bands and had like been around music for a long time, but Destroy Boys is my first band. Like Narcy also had been in bands, like, or was it just? No, you were in a couple, Like, but this is my first band ever, and I kind of like literally like Vi was just like, "No, this is our band," and I was like, "Okay, I was sort of like here for the ride, honestly." I was like, "I'm gonna set up our email and like this and this and this," and I was like, "Okay, cool, I would just do something." I'm like, "I'll see, I'll show up."
About you, I think that Alexia performed so well in her first band is because she naturally has the thing. Like she has it. She has the gift. And I saw it. I mean, like she sang me a song when we were in my old room.
I didn't even do that. I recorded one on voice memos and I made Vi like put in headphones to listen to it because I didn't want to hear it while she heard it. Because I was like so secretive about singing.
It was really kissing. Like I kind of believe in that hippie stuff a little bit, and I just remember knowing so clearly. I was like, this is it. Alexia is what's gonna do it. This is what I've been missing all these years. Blink-182 greatest hits.
No, yeah.
I believed in it believed in me so hard, like literally me, like never been in a band before, like performed like a handful of times in front of people, like, and only for like 3 to 5 minutes at a time, like, did mock trial and like would shit my pants almost because it made me so nervous. Like,
play at this venue called the Naked Lounge in Sacramento when we were like an acoustic band, or when we were first starting with Ethan, our first drummer, who's great, by the way. And I remember the bathrooms are outside of the building. Still does
Far
this,
away.
by the way.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
does this. Like 5 minutes before we would go on stage, she would go missing, and I'd be like, "Oh, Alexia's fucking gone." So I would go out there and I'd be like, "Alexia." There was this one time, like our second or third show, where you were just like, "I can't do it. I can't." And I was like, "You have to."
Colonial. I think it was at Colonial.
No, I remember
Oh,
so
wait,
clearly
is there?
because you had the teapot at Naked Lounge.
The teapot.
The key
Oh
connection
yeah,
to the teapot.
yeah.
Their bathroom key had a teapot on it, and you were like, "You can't." And
Yeah.
I was like, "You have to."
I think there were like a good amount of people there, and I knew like all of them, and so it was like so nerve wracking because it's like performing, and then and then also like all these people I know, so it's like I'm gonna see you afterwards. Like, oh gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll still run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like 2 minutes before we play.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't perform. I can't sing like thinking about having to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
I'm like worried. Like, what if I pee myself on stage? Like, that would be really embarrassing.
no, she won't escape anymore. Like, she'll just
So
walk out.
so you guys still get like nervous before like performances.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. Oh my god.
Dang.
It's like a kind of nervous. At least for me, it's like a new kind of nervous. Like before, I'd be like, "Oh man, I hope I play my chords right." And now it'll just be like it's like a pre-show anxiety that like if I don't get it, I feel like the show's gonna be bad. And then like it'll just be a knowing of okay, I have to be on stage in 18 minutes, 17, 1 minutes.
Does it like continue throughout the set, or do you like? Is there a moment where you're like, "This is like we're in our groove. We're
Usually
getting
first song. For me, it's like the first song. I feel
Really?
pretty. Yeah, I feel or like it's honestly like once I get on there, it's like okay, like showtime basically.
Yeah, when I
unless
like
it's going badly.
I always feel like I know this seems like corny, but like I have like an immediate switch. Like I'll be super antsy before we get on, and then like when I take that first step on, like with my guitar on, it'll just be on. Like it'll just shed. There's just something like there's such a specific feeling that you get when like you're playing a show that you just like snap into this like half reality kind of thing, because you're really present, and I think that kind of forces your brain to do some weird things.
Yeah, there's like this Zen Buddhist dude that I really like, who's also like a punk rocker, and he describes like when you're playing, you have to focus on that, and it's like the only thing that you can focus on, or you'll mess up, basically. Or it's kind of like for me, like if I start thinking about what I'm doing when I'm on stage, if I start thinking about like I need to sing this or I need to play this, that's when I start messing up. But if I'm like totally there, like present with it, and it's like I don't know, you can't. It's like you can't second guess yourself. I usually get nervous beforehand, and like I can even feel it like right now.
I'm totally like
I can feel it like in my gut because like before shows I like have to go to the bathroom and it's gross, but like
I mean, there's like a handful of songs that are just like super hard for me. So it's like until we get done with that, I'm like super nervous. Like until like I don't know, say like there's like American River is super hard on drums, and like until we're done with that song, I like am just like I'm like fine afterwards.
We used to play it almost last.
Yeah. Second to last.
Yeah.
I was super nervous like the whole time.
That's so funny.
So what was like? Oh, sorry. Were you?
There's like a drum solo like in that song basically. So I would just like, it's a really awesome song, but I would just like almost dread playing it because I'm like, this is the time I like fuck up the drum solo. This is gonna be the one.
Yeah. Ironically, me and Brandon just watched the movie Whiplash, and like, I'm like getting like, like what is it? Miles like Teller vibes. Yeah. So like, tell me about your guys' like first concert experience as a band. Like, who did you play
like
for?
Playing?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like seeing a show.
No. I was thinking about our first show as a band.
I smoked weed beforehand, which I very
no. Wait, as us.
As three,
right?
That was the
That's what I say.
Oh,
it was at a bar.
Yeah.
It was like very low key.
That show
was
is definitely the like least exciting.
I
of
know.
The entire, but it's kind of chill because that was like my first one with you guys, so I needed something that was like not that crazy, and that's exactly what it was, and it was perfect. And the next one was Gilman.
Oh shit!
And that was really awesome. So like,
So crazy.
Yeah.
Wait,
Pretty sure.
in February?
I think it was like in March. The first one was in February.
Oh, cause yeah.
Noise pop.
Yeah, we got nominated. We we got voted in to play Noise Pop. We didn't get like booked, but they have like a kind of contest thing in our and it was really cool. And then
Is it like a battle of the bands type deal?
yeah, but it was 21 and over, and like a lot of our fans are super young, so we
And we were young,
Yeah.
literally, like they kicked us out.
we
Like,
we
after
weren't allowed to
played.
go and hang out in there.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
like we played, and then they were like, "Okay, get out of here," and it
Yeah.
was like, "All right."
So I think like every band kind of has like this story, but have you guys ever had like shows go wrong where like the crowd's just not into it?
I feel like this happened, but
I have a really specific story of
I have one too.
okay, I'll tell my one that's not about the crowd first. We had the wonderful honor of opening for a band called Pup
Mhm.
back in the day in 2017.
Maybe 2018. I feel like that was
17 because we were writing 18 because we were writing Make Room. I think. Yeah, I don't know.
some year.
Some year we were opening for Pup at Harlow's in Sacramento, and I was playing my dad's old Stratocaster. And what's funny about old guitars is that sometimes they break and you can't fix them. And we were playing a Bikini Kill cover, which we were really excited to do. It was the first time we'd ever Double Dare Ya. It was really cool because we always get compared to Bikini Kill, and we don't sound like them at all. So we were like, let's play Bikini Kill.
Different.
Yeah.
And for people out there that play guitar, it's the low E string, but it's just the thickest string on the guitar. We were playing the song, and my low E string and my A string, which are the second thickest strings, just went and completely down tuned, and then my tuner broke at the exact same time. So my guitar was just like, and we just like stopped in the middle of the set, and
I think we kept going, and and bass was happening.
But like Chris and Enzo were looking at each other, and we stopped before the ending because the ending's dun, 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 dun. We just like stopped.
Wait, are you
in the middle of the song?
No. That's not what happened.
I don't.
That's not what happened, actually. They kept playing, and it almost sounded like it was on purpose. Because then the guy from Pup like gave you his guitar.
Because I had to say into the mic. No. He didn't say in the middle of the song. We stopped, and then I said into the mic, Pup, if you're in the green room, if someone from Pup is in the venue, I need a guitar. I said, yes.
But we did the song again.
No.
I remember, I thought we finished it.
They did a half it. We didn't go all the way through.
Okay.
We definitely didn't finish it to like completion. We didn't complete it. But I think they started the ending, and then we're like, no. Because I remember them looking at me, and Enzo was like, tune it! And I was like, it's broken! And I was like, if anyone this is just not something you do. You like have to have a backup guitar because they break all the time. And like, I was like, if anyone from Pup has a guitar, can you please bring it out? My guitar broke. And the very nice guitar player of Pup let me play his Telecaster for the rest of the show.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
my going. What are your guys' going wrong stories? Do you have one?
I mean, like, not really. I mean, at least not with us.
When we played in Toronto to a 19 plus venue, people weren't super stoked, but that's not really like a big
one. Like I was just thinking like the Lagwagon tour, like no one was like
that was all.
But that's like no one's fault. It's just like a way older crowd, and like we were first of like 3, and the 2 others were co-headlining, so it was like we're the only real opener.
So it's almost like it was like expected.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Birmingham, United Kingdom.
That shows.
No, it made me so upset because like we were playing and like I didn't have a cute outfit on. It was like the first. It was like, and like I need to like feel good. I just like didn't, I don't know. It was like first short show of this tour that we were doing. And then we like started playing and I just like was not getting anything from the crowd. Like they were so like pissed. It felt like I don't know. I just felt like, because it's like when you're like, when I'm performing and stuff, it's like, it's a relationship where it's like, I need them to give something to me and then I can, you know, like we can work with it together. But they just like weren't fucking giving me anything. And then eventually like we sort of, it was like getting better. But then I saw like, I think I saw like a couple people like making fun of me for like my dance moves and stuff. And it just like really upset me. Like after the show, I
forgot about that.
Yeah, I saw like some dudes, some lads, as Zuzu says. I saw some lads like making fun of me, like making fun of like my arm movements and like I think like my arm hair and stuff, and like it just made me so upset. I like had to go cry afterwards, and then I was so embarrassed because I was like, I'm crying, and it's like the first day of the tour, and like I'm already being stupid and dramatic, and like I can't get it. You know, I was just like, oh, I like all the crowd's gonna be like this in the UK. They weren't. It was sick. And even then, like Birmingham, it ended up being a good show. Like people were moshing and stuff, but I just wasn't like expecting it to be like so. I don't know. I had to like work harder to.
I know it's the only show that tour that we didn't have a sound check because
Yeah.
like everyone was so late because they were coming from Amsterdam.
Mhm.
And there's traffic.
Yeah, there's traffic, so we didn't get a sound check, and the power is different there in the UK. Like, so if you plug like an American power receptor, whatever, into a Euro one, it will short out. So I plugged in all my guitar pedals, and they all shorted out.
Oh,
So
no.
Yeah. And I was like, it's fucking broken. So I had to play direct into the amp, which was a clean amp that I was borrowing. So my guitar didn't have distortion on it, which is just like, insane. If you've heard any of our, it's just,
it's like you just can't.
The one thing I need. It's
Yeah.
like the one thing. So they all, I remember I plugged it in, they all went, beep, and I was like, we had 5 minutes to like get ready.
Yeah,
we like got on stage
it
5
was-
minutes before we were supposed to
yeah.
play.
I think that was it too. Like there wasn't enough like preparation.
The soundtrack
like,
is really important when you're playing larger venues.
And even just like the emotional preparation. Like I need a good I need some time beforehand to like sit in the green room and just sit and like be quiet and calm and just like think about like the show and breathe and like
I
drink
feel like
water.
traditionally also like the first shows of our tours just don't go.
Mannequin
well.
Pussy was great. I liked Portland.
Oh, that was the best one of all of our first shows.
I remember really specifically being like, this first show is going well.
Yeah,
that was
like, the first tour in New York, like at Knitting Factory.
Oh,
that was like
that was fine.
And then
someone walked in on me peeing right before we played.
Yeah,
it was just like it was literally like 5 minutes of stage, and someone walked in on me peeing, and I was like, yeah, okay. Set precedent.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. We we accidentally told Beach Goons that their merch was too expensive.
Not we. No. I did. It was just me. It was just me. They're sitting at the table and they just look like normal dudes. I've never seen Beach Goons before in my life. I listened to their music before and I've never seen what they look like. And I'm like, hey, how much is this t-shirt? And he's like, $40. And I'm like, that's a little steep. And I was like, they had one more copy left of their first album on vinyl. So I was like, I'm going to get that. And I bought that and I moshed with it all night. And like the sleeve for the record is like completely destroyed. But yeah. And then I see them get on stage and I look at Gabe and I was like, hey, those guys look. Oh,
he didn't realize who they were. And it was really funny because the lead singer, I'm not as familiar with Beach Goons as I am with you guys. But yeah, he sold us our tickets and stuff. And then he was at the merch counter and it was just
he sold you your tickets to the show?
Yeah.
What?
If I remember correctly, because we walked in and he was also at the merch table when we went over to the merch table, and then we saw him on stage and we were like, okay.
He sold you entrance to the show?
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah.
I don't remember.
He sold his entrance to the show because he was sitting there at the podium.
Yeah, because he was wearing a red shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was sitting at the podium at the ready room. So the whole night before.
Dude, I can totally see him being like, yeah, $50 a ticket.
Yeah, so like that whole night before their set, we were just like, we keep seeing this dude pop up everywhere, and he's just kind of in random places.
And I remember after you guys got off stage, you were just standing by the merch table, and I was like, Gabe, oh my god, Gabe, oh my god, they're right there, Gabe, and he was like, no, I can't go over there. And I was like, okay, I'll go over there. And then I got a picture with you, and then I was like, Gabe, you should go over and get a picture. And he was like, okay.
Yeah. As you can tell,
I was really pissed. I reached out. It was like a concrete floor in that venue, and I reached out to tap my friend on the shoulder like this with my phone, and my hand, as it does, just let go of it, and it hit the floor and shattered, and it made me so. I was just pouting in the green room for like a few hours.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, luckily though, the Ready Room where you guys played at when we first saw you, I've always had luck meeting the artists there. So like, yeah, all those underground shows are really cool. But
I rode an electric scooter for the first time in St. Louis. It was so sick.
Was that your guys' first time being in Missouri?
We went there on the year before.
Oh, really?
At like on Broadway, I think was the venue.
Oh, off Broadway.
Off Broadway.
Off
Cool.
Broadway. I'm actually not familiar.
You go to more
with
concerts than me, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. Maybe it changed names or something since then, but yeah. No, we've me and Brandon have been to quite a few concerts together at this point.
Like 4?
Yeah.
We've known each other 5 years, so that's like 1 a year.
Yeah. Except for this year, which sucks. But yeah. As you can tell, me and Brandon are kind of like geeking right now. But
I was a little nervous.
Yeah. Are you? Is it like weird for you guys to like? Do you guys ever have people in California like come up to you guys and be like, "Oh my god, I recognize you"?
Yeah, it's happened on my job. My boss like came up to me like when I was doing my intro paperwork and was like, "Are you in Destroy Boys?" And I was like, "Yeah,
You're me?
Yeah."
Oh.
Hi Mario, if you're listening. Like, and a couple other people. It's cool though. Most people are like respectful. It's only nice. Like I don't think I've ever had anyone, or I mean, I'm sure that I have, but just like blocked it out. Like, it's mostly people just being like, "Oh my god, hi! Like, I really like your band. Like, thank you for making music." And it's just like, "Oh my gosh, like, thank you. Like, that's so sweet." It's really nice. It's really
I
sweet.
love meeting people. Well, that it hasn't happened like during the pandemic just because like we haven't been going out. But like before the pandemic this year, like I work on a street that just had a lot of music stuff on it. So like when I frequent that street, I'll meet people.
I feel like when we go to other shows.
Yeah, when we go to shows, we'll meet people. It's always it's fun. I like that way more than the internet, you know, just to like have a conversation with someone in real life. It's just so much better, and like to hear about who they are and what they say.
I like one of my coworkers like plays us on her college radio station, and then like her and her sister or like her sister and her dad were in the store, and I was like working in this aisle, and then I could tell that they were like looking at me, and I wasn't sure if it was like the dad like, you know, just like looking at me. I don't know if it was like because I worked there or like for what, but then like, you know, just saw them, and then they like turned to the corner, and then the girl like came back and was like, "Hey, like I just wanted to say that I really like your music, and like it means a lot to me." And I was like, "Oh my god, like you're so sweet, like thanks for being so respectful." And then I went over and I like bagged for them and just like talked about music and stuff. And so it's usually like really sweet and fun stuff like that. Yeah, like I've been at work, so it's like I do see people sometimes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. We don't really have an established audience yet on our podcast, so nobody really comes up to us. But I mean, we're getting there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're like slowly building up. You guys are the biggest band we've interviewed so far, which is like which is crazy, which is like surreal for us.
I was very surprised you said yes, because I've done most of the I've done most of the reaching out. The one person Gabe reached out to just didn't respond, and he was a bigger artist, and so I was really scared that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Name drop. Kill him.
Kill him? No, he's a cool. I've talked to him before, but I was like, he saw it. He like left me on red, and I was like, okay. I was like, okay.
Like a lot of people, I think, are extra anxious and busy right now. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And this style of interview is definitely different, you know.
Or like forget like the amount of messages that I look at, and then I forget that I saw. Like I thought that this, you know, like the scheduling with this, I thought I got so confused going like between 2 accounts. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's like I check the DMs. I'm in there. I'll look at it.
That's cool. Yeah. So
Good for closed mouth don't get fed. So
Yeah.
good job.
So like I guess this would be more like personal for you guys, but is it like, so what's like your personal lives like? Like what is your like what do you guys do for work?
Surrounded by suitors. One. Kidding, joking.
Did you?
Oh my God,
You can't see this on camera, but Narsa and I both looked at Vi.
They didn't laugh. I thought that was a guaranteed laugh. I'm not surrounded by suitors. Wow, tough crowd. Wow.
Very tough.
All right, tell us about your personal lives.
I work at a company where we put stickers on weed bags.
Nice.
Sweet.
Solid.
I mean, me and Vi are roommates, so like we hang out, and
I see Narsa every morning and every night. We're doing bits constantly. Like we only speak in bits, and I love it. It's exhausting. It's so
To be on all the time.
it's just like from the moment, because like our doors, we don't have like normal doors. They have French doors where you can see through them. So like if we wake up in the morning, one of us will go out and we'll see the other, and it'll just instantly become a bit. Immediately, we'll be like, oh, who is that? It's just immediate. That's really fun. We have a little cat. Our little cat named Bonnie. She's 2.
She's like 3 times the size of a normal cat.
She's huge. She's a
love
monster.
her.
She's a monster.
huge.
Oh,
She's huge.
She's a big blob.
She
kind of looks like a pillow.
She has the funniest personality of any cat I've ever met. She's like, she talks, she speaks, she runs.
Bonnie.
She's so cute.
Bonnie.
Yeah. She's really crazy. She's like a crazy ass fucking cat.
Wild. She wants to escape.
Yeah, she wants to escape, but she loves mommy.
I've been working at a grocery store. It's pretty sick. I love it. I'm kind of glad. It sucks because it's like really stressful, and like wearing the mask and dealing with like, you know, like people sometimes is really tough.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I also get to be social still. I get to like talk to my coworkers. I get to talk to customers. Like I'm glad I get to see people, and I'm glad I get to be paid so I can pay rent and whatnot.
Right.
I've been doing online school. Was taking 4 classes, went down to 2 classes. It's much better for me.
Yeah, you're in college, right?
100% on a paper that I did the day that it was due in like 4 hours. And literally my professor was like, I hardly give out 100%, like the very rare, like 100%. And I was like, Professor, you have no idea how little work I did into this.
She was sending me selfies of her on the floor like 4 hours before it was
just
due,
like,
ooh,
what paper? I'm like, what paper?
Yeah. That's it. You guys are all of you in college?
No,
just me.
Just you. What's your major?
I don't really have a major right now. When I was going to like another school, I was doing like women, gender, sexuality studies in Spanish, and so I would maybe do something in one of those things again, just because I think I already have a lot of classes racked up for them, and they're cool. But yeah, I don't really know.
I got you.
Yeah. History.
Yeah.
I do vintage and regular guitar repair.
That's awesome.
Fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alexia is going deep. It's great. It's a really challenging and fulfilling job. It's really hard. There's like so much to learn still, you know, like I mostly specialize in like setup and stuff, which is just like a journal upkeep, and it's really great. I see a lot of cool stuff. I meet a lot of really cool musicians. I also meet a lot of fucking insane people. It's like insane people at my shop. There's this guy who came in last week. I don't remember if I even told you about this. This guy who came in last week who was just talking at us for like an hour, which I'm just really used to. Guys really like to come in and like explain my job to me. That's like their favorite thing to do.
Ew,
You're replacing the tuners on that. This is how you do it. I'm doing the repair. So that's like but this guy was just saying words at me for like 45 minutes, and then he realized that we weren't going to kick him out, so we just started talking about conspiracy theories. And my favorite that he said, he was like, oh, you know, the real Michael Jackson isn't dead. The twin Michael Jackson died. The real one goes by Juan Carlos, and he lives here on Telegraph Avenue. I've been to his apartment. I've seen the platinum records. He's not dead. He goes by Juan Carlos. Michael Jackson is alive. And I was like, okay, why are you doing my job and just lying to me?
Yeah,
to be here.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple people like that at my job because I work at a coffee shop. Yeah, and it's not like Starbucks. It's like true blue, like hipster coffee shop.
Yeah,
but
I did it for 5 years.
What's that?
I worked in like hipster coffee for 5 years.
Yeah, it's like it's its own lane. It's different than Starbucks. Hipster coffee is like it's a very like niche, and specific people come to those places.
The people in the weird sweaters and jackets and shit.
Yeah, I saw some of those today.
Yeah, because he actually went with me to my job, and he had never been to my job before, and it was like, oh, these people are like actually insane. But because we're in Missouri and we're like out in like we're pretty much like out like right outside of like hick country, we get some pretty strange people that come there, and there's just this one guy that always comes in, and like with the conspiracy theory like thing, he's just constantly like talking to us about like random like alien stuff. He was like even writing a book, and like he wouldn't shut up about it for like 30 minutes, and he's like, there's like pyramids and like Giza and like stars aligning, and I was like, why are you talking to us about this? Like I got work.
Telling them about how this guy came into my work last week and was just like talking at me for 45 minutes, and then he got into conspiracy theories and told me that Michael Jackson is still alive, goes by Juan Carlos, lives on Telegraph Avenue.
Wow.
And he's
Yeah, my cousin
saying celebrities and like saying that he's like, oh yeah, Santana, like I worked with Santana. Oh, Gary Clark Jr. I worked with Gary Clark Jr.
It's like, oh, so you're a liar.
Oh, he said, oh my God, the cherry on top. He said he was a Kennedy and that he was being cheated out of his Kennedy money.
Oh no.
Whichever surviving Kennedy woman there is, he's like, she wants nothing to do with me. Frankly, she's a bitch, is what he said.
What if he was a Kennedy? What if all that stuff is true and he just decided to drop it on you to reveal it on this podcast?
People are just saying lies to me. I'm like, maybe they're telling the truth. That's so funny. And then he said Michael Jackson. I was like, no, that dude's dead. Why would you pick Oakland, California to live in? No.
My cousin's a lot like that. He's insane. He believes that there's a secret race of people living under Antarctica. Known as the Titans.
I hope that's true. The Titans.
And I was like, it's the Titan race. And I was like, all right, we're gonna stop right there. And then he's big into, I mean, I don't know how much you guys like follow this stuff, but he's like big into like the QAnon
God
scene. Like it's just it's painful to hear him talk.
Has your cousin ever touched a woman in his life?
He's married with kids.
He's married with kids? He's on QAnon? How's it even possible?
It's sad.
Like, it'll just, like, some conspiracies just, like, really, like, brain, like, it's so weird how people can fall into those, like, completely, otherwise, like, stable people will, like, fall into those holes, you know?
Oh,
like,
I know.
That, like, and, like, pushes people to, like, radicalize them, throwing around these skills, like, pushes people like into like a certain like into extremism, because then they'll click on more stuff.
Well, on the internet, there's like pretty much only extreme ways of thinking.
Yeah, part of it, I think it's also like wanting a sense of belonging that's like not being fulfilled in like their normal lives, and it's
He has
like
a wife and kids.
yeah, which I mean, you know, there's the extremes.
Not the Titans.
But yeah, he's crazy. He was telling, I remember it specifically. I was at a family reunion in Colorado, and he was like filling my aunt in about all this stuff, and like she was just like, and I was just like, and then we ended up going out to dinner with him at like this steak restaurant, and he still was talking about it, and his wife was completely on his side too, and it was just like, oh god. But he's always on Facebook, like posting like hashtag save the children, save our kids. It's painful.
Save our children from the Titans. How much do we have? 5 minutes left before we have to go?
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys, we can wrap it up whenever you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hanging out. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Just have more questions.
Yeah, just let us know, and then like we can do like our little like outro thing, and then
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
We can wrap it at 8 if you as well.
Yeah,
Is that a good idea?
sounds
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Just 'cause
No.
we got some conspiracy theories.
Yeah, it's-
Told me that when he's bored, he like asks customers like what conspiracy theories they believe in. I started doing it, and it's like really funny sometimes.
That's funny. That's crazy.
Ooh. Like he was like, then you figure out like, then you get to know like people really quickly.
no, yeah.
Like I registered with my friend, and I was like, okay, well, like what what about you? Like, and then she was like, well, like the obvious ones, and I was like, what's the obvious ones? She was like, the moon landing. What?
Oh no.
I think you get
No,
to
no,
learn,
no.
I think you get to learn a lot about who a person is based on the
9/11.
conspiracy.
That was
Yeah.
one of them too.
I have one rule. You're allowed to believe in one conspiracy theory, and the one I chose was Kurt Cobain.
Oh
That's not a
yes.
conspiracy.
Yeah, but that's like
That's
that's the
not a
only valid one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
That's the only valid conspiracy theory because it actually
Yeah.
has like backing. Everything else is just complete
I was
bull.
reading into that shit a couple months ago. Just
Yeah.
insane.
You have the right to choose another because that one's real.
I'm on the
That
way.
one's real, yeah.
Okay, well,
Like Kurt actually killing himself, like that's the conspiracy.
Yeah,
That I don't know, but Courtney had something to do with it for sure.
for sure. Yeah,
For sure.
There's way
For
too
sure.
many losers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a bit too suspicious.
The whole
But-
like
Suspicious.
notepad with the copying of the handwriting, like why else would the
Her lawyer and her PI turning against her.
yeah.
Yeah.
So wild.
Did you guys
Right,
watch
I don't want to incriminate Courtney.
what's the documentary called? It's like I think it what is it? It's like
it's something in Bleach.
yeah, something in Bleach.
Oh, I think I've seen that. I can't remember like which. Like I've seen a few Nirvana documentaries and they just bleed together for me.
Yeah, I mean all of them.
I've
are,
seen
like,
a few of them. They're
phenomenal.
basically all the same. It's just better production
Yeah.
value as they get older or newer.
Yeah. No, but I think you can tell a lot about a person based on the conspiracy theory they choose to buy into. You can definitely tell like who's on the crazier side and who's not. The flat Earth one is the one that baffles me the most because I'm like, those people are actually insane. Are you guys familiar with the YouTube channel? All Gas No Brakes.
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Yes.
They did one in Sacramento. at
Yeah,
the
they
fucking
did.
mask protest.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did
he-
one like right. It's super close to my parents' house
Sacramento
where the
Pride.
Sacramento one, yeah. 916 Bay.
Yeah, I remember him talking about the flat Earth one and how he was like super scared to go to that one because everybody there is like, they're the ones that are like super anti-Semitic, like
Yeah.
with all of their conspiracy theories and stuff, and he's like really nervous about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think about
yeah.
Wayfair was crazy.
Yeah, Wayfair, I kind of believe that shit. That stuff.
Oh my god! Right with like the
Yeah.
human trafficking, I could subscribe to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Like,
a couple
yeah.
out there.
I don't know how much of that was fabricated by the internet, but I
did look it up, and there were some pillows on there that were like wildly expensive, like $10,000.
Did they ever like explain
pillows.
it?
Straight up. No, I looked it up because I was like trying to figure out. I was like, okay, like I'm gonna see if I can find these storage lockers, and like I definitely saw like ridiculously expensive like furniture, and
With
I was
the names?
like, no, actually, yes, yeah,
Craziness.
one of them did have a name, but I think that at that point it had kind of been like Twitter had already gotten on it, had already blown up, and so I feel like it might have been like covered up at that point. But I found like a couple things, like I should have screenshotted them or something. But I was like, that aliens. That's conspiracy. I think
aliens aren't
real.
conspiracy. Come on, dude.
What do you think?
That shit's out there.
I'm trying to think of conspiracy.
JFK.
Yeah, I feel like
JFK. I could get behind JFK as well.
Conspiracy.
The FBI did it.
Oh, it's not like they wouldn't have, not like they haven't done stuff like that. So
or the CIA. Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah, there's like
I
a
think
bunch of like weird
The
stuff out
story of
there.
like the dude who killed him was like pretty. He like went to Russia and like had that affiliate. I could believe that he was like a Russian spy maybe,
Oh,
but like
see, I don't know anything about it.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, I just really quick, I just want to say thank you for like, I don't know, like feeding off of each other. Cause like, I know one of the problems me and Brandon have when we like interview like musicians and stuff that we've never met before, it's always like a game of like trying to like become friends with them over the podcast so that there's like no dead air and stuff. And it's like, thank you for being, thank you for keeping the conversation going. I know it's like, yeah, it's definitely, our first podcast was just a mess.
I wouldn't say it was a mess.
It was like,
I wouldn't say it was a mess. Okay.
No one's a mess. So like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but yeah,
Gabe likes to make fun of me because apparently I was too nervous
you were.
and I said hi weird.
Okay. All right.
And wait, and what?
I said hi like really weird.
He did the okay. All right. So have you ever seen all right. Everybody's seen the SpongeBob movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the old one. You remember when Patrick sees like the princess and he's like, "You're hot." He like did that thing, like when he saw the artist, and I was like,
But I didn't.
he did. And
But I didn't. If you go back and listen to the episode, you just he's over exaggerated how I sounded to like I do not sound anything like that.
so he it's Hi Son, and he's like introducing himself. Hi Son is like introducing himself, and Brandon just like cuts him off like close to the last. He's like, "Hi," and he's like,
I did not cut him off. He was done with his sentence.
You hear like heavy breathing, and, like stuff.
That is a straight up lie, bro.
You can go check
No,
it
that,
out.
dude, you gotta fucking be honest.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna go back and watch
It was
that.
such a geek out.
Yeah, I know.
No, I was
Blood.
geeking. I'll admit it. But it wasn't like that.
Yes, it was.
Gabe's over here like, be chill, be chill, be chill.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, like frantically texting him, like, calm down.
No, you did not do that. You literally didn't do that.
I know, but I'm like, that's like going through my head. I'm like sitting there, like freaking out. I'm like, oh, he's
Bro.
gonna like.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. It sends to everybody.
I'm like, hopefully Brandon gets my like telepathic message to chill.
Well, I was chill by like after like the first 5 minutes.
That's how shows are.
Well, you know what, dude? Like, my whole perspective on that is like everyone gets nervous, and like every artist is like a person. So I bet they were fucking nervous too. Like, I feel like there's this whole
Yeah,
idea.
they talked about that. They were like, yeah, you know, I hate how artists are like viewed as like these like crazy figures, and we're just like people too, and like
The celebrity effect.
Yeah.
Is fucking
Yeah.
that shit.
That's what makes us nervous going into these podcasts, is because like before we get to like know the band and the musicians beforehand, we do go into it with that like they have that God complex to us, and then as we get to know them, we're like, oh, these
they're normal
people. You know?
which I don't know why I was so nervous, because I mean like I've talked to Hi Sun before, like over text, like for years, but I've never heard his voice before. I mean, I've only ever heard him sing, and I heard him talk, and I was just like, whoa.
It's a different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet as you do more podcasts, it'll get easier.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like as we met more and more bands that I like really looked up to, like it just got way easier. And like the whole thing kind of disappears. Like the whole effect of like seeing celebrities or people of interest that you look up to as like these icons
Idols,
or
yeah.
like these, you know, possessions. It's really weird, and you know,
It's hella weird.
it's weird.
It's
I mean,
weird how
not-
people feel so bold to just like say whatever they want to.
Mhm.
Like it's just like they don't like see you as a real person. Like I go on our YouTube comments sometimes and people were like so freaking mean for like
These
no
bitches are
reason.
gay.
Like always talking like yeah. She sounds like Candace Flynn.
She's
like,
hairy.
Ew. yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, I dare you to say that to me in real life.
Yeah, dude,
you
that's
know?
the thing. Like, no one would ever say
Yeah.
mean things
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
like any person.
No one would look at me and go, "You're hairy."
Yeah.
Ew.
You get a lot of keyboard warriors.
It's like you're right. Like, what am I gonna?
Yeah. When we were standing on stage in Cincinnati, me and our old touring bassist were like on stage loading on and dancing. And we were just like, you know, just kind of doing a bit like dancing a little bit to the
Mhm.
music. And someone in the audience went, haha, ew.
That's that
We were
like
like, oh, cute.
that's that like snobby white girl voice. That like
Ew.
ew.
Yeah, that show, I hated
Cincinnati
it.
was that where we were like in a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show was
It was an
something.
extremely small show. The sound people were really rude.
Yeah, those people who were like doing our sound check were like combative. They were like
Yeah.
telling us how to like that we were wrong.
Yeah.
And, like, it was just
We were just fucking
Like-
like,
yeah.
Like condescending for no reason.
Yeah,
Just-
and it was like a really low stage, and it was like so it like could fit a whole band, but like the headliner had their stuff on, so
Mhm.
we had to like, you know, usually we like it's wide enough to we just put the drum set like right in front, but we had to all just do it in a line.
In a line, yeah. And the drums were like facing like
Yeah.
the like stage left or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like one thing.
Like it
it's,
wasn't facing the front.
Yeah, it's like one thing if the drums are on the side and it's like kind of sideways, like that can be cool. But it was like it was like
It's
a
fully
60s
facing
band.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like we were like the Beach Boys or something, and then we were just like facing everyone in the line. I was like all the way to the left. It was like such a weird setup.
so weird.
Yeah, hated it.
I do appreciate a low stage sometimes. Way
Yeah.
easier to get down into.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Spit
So,
on some people. On accident.
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't
Did you
know.
do that?
Did that come through for noise?
My
Wait,
stomach
what?
noise?
Did you
It'll
hear
probably
that?
happen again. My stomach like makes these wild sounds.
Wait,
I'm
that was your
surprised-
stomach?
That was my
Yeah.
stomach, yeah.
Oh,
Or
like a
my
train or
I thought that
something.
was I actually thought that was a siren. Like, you're like
siren is
yeah.
it's my esophagus telling me I ate something. Oh, it's the Skittles. Ate something I shouldn't have. Probably the Skittles. Oh, actually, I don't know. I had like some chips earlier. Some like Korean barbecue kettle chips. They were bomb.
Yeah, we
Never had them before.
had roast beef.
We had roast beef after watching a
I thought stop. No.
a very not good video on the internet.
Roast beef? What are you, the Grinch?
I need some roast beef.
What?
His whole thing is like his roast beef. Like no one eats roast beef anymore. Come on.
You're the
Come
Grinch,
on.
bro.
You're some.
Are you
some
calling people the
turkey.
Grinch? You're Scrooge, dude.
Canned tuna every fucking day.
It's cheap as hell and it's delicious.
No.
It tastes like a little mayonnaise sandwich.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roast beef was all right.
Yeah. Roast beef.
Anyway, you were eating roast beef, and what
Yeah.
happened?
No, this
no.
was before. I don't think.
Okay, all right, how do I explain this? I-
Just don't explain it.
No, it's
No,
you
I
got
wasn't
that.
gonna explain the video. I enjoy very
No, just shut up. Just shut up.
screwed up humor.
No, come on.
Like crazy. I bet.
It was probably. Oh, I thought you meant. Wait, here?
No, no,
Oh.
Oh, well, I mean, our school segment's done. I don't think it matters if we talk about it.
No, we did. Yeah, our school
No,
segment. Yeah, we have like two sections of our podcast. It's like the front half, which is like all about music, and then like usually by the end, it's just like
Whatever. Okay,
Whatever's
so basically, Gabe shows me this podcast, and this guy's watching this really disgusting video, and so I'm like, okay, well now I have to see this because the guy pukes on the podcast after watching it, and so we watch it.
we don't feel good about ourselves anymore.
I feel so like it was gross.
Okay, I feel like when we're describing this, and I'm not gonna describe it. I feel like when we're like telling you this, it's not like I'm not saying like, oh, this is a video of somebody like I don't know, like puking into a trash can. No, this is like underground, like one step away from a snuff film.
Wait.
I don't think it's one step away from a snuff film. You're making it sound really messed up. It's not that bad.
It's
Okay.
It's just really
Okay.
gross.
I
Yeah.
enjoy like really like.
You're making it sound way weirder than it is.
I'm almost like.
Come on, just tell us. Just tell
Okay,
us.
here I'll tell them because you're being weird about it. So it's
Because
just
it
like
is weird. What do
Yes,
you mean?
yes, but I'm comfortable telling them.
We're on the internet. We've all seen some
All right,
weird
so
stuff.
there's this like 70-something-year-old dude. He's got like a bikini tattooed onto his chest and like stars around his nipples.
Please.
And
Wait, do you know who we're talking about? by
no,
chance?
but it's making funny for getting up like a weirdo.
Yeah,
So
I can't.
okay, so stars around his nipples. And he says he's gonna make French and Canadian poutine fries.
Ooh.
And so he has a plate of fries.
Oh, Alexia, I think knows what this is.
And he gets up and he's got
No.
oh, he pours cheese on them first.
Okay.
On the poop and the piss.
Yeah, and he mixes it up.
Wow.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with .com,
Mm-mm.
which is, you know what?
It's like
No.
it's like a shock website.
It's a
Okay,
shock
no,
website,
I'm
but
not-
it's like I don't like to refer to people as this, but it's like the lowest form.
It was
How did you find We're
So
trying to our
Yeah,
podcast
this is
now.
Gabe,
Where
yeah.
did you find this?
Okay, so
Game.
this is are you familiar with who Tom Segura is, the comedian?
I know of him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his podcast, and him and his wife's podcast, the comedy on there is very different than his like stage comedy. It's much more sadistic, and like that put me onto a love of like sadistic comedy, and it's like I feel like I can't get out of it, but it's just I'm just on at this point, like normal humor like doesn't get to me anymore, and like somebody has to be like
you're making yourself sound so psychotic.
I know, I'm
right
gonna
now. You sound insane.
I'm like,
Brandon,
yeah.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you're doing a good job. I love you. Keep him grounded.
He's not that crazy. He's making himself sound like a serial killer.
Yeah,
he's,
I'm like
he's painfully normal.
I'm like rambling at this point, but
Like, so you did this podcast with this man very recently. Do you know anything about what he searches on the internet? I'm like, absolutely not.
I don't know
No.
shit. So that's
No.
yeah. Have you guys ever been on a podcast before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is like we're
How are you
I-
gonna recover from that? I can't bring him back from that. We might as well just wrap it up. Now they're fun.
but yeah,
Your image is soiled.
Yeah.
Brandon's
Yeah.
saying,
they're gonna dig this up somehow.
I'm joshing.
Yeah.
Shit, right.
Oh,
Shit fries.
Jesus, shit fries. Ow. Jesus, shit fries. Gotta write a song about some shit fries. Call it animal.
Before,
Haggard.
you know what makes me laugh about this?
I thought that. What?
What makes
I
me laugh
thought
about
that was gonna be like. We're both like.
Sorry.
I thought that the video was gonna be like fries, and then he throws up on the fries,
thought
and
that,
that's
yeah.
what it was gonna be.
I knew it
that's
was gonna be
animal
poop
style.
related. I knew it was gonna be shit related. I knew it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, that's like what the deep web is at this point.
That is not what the deep web is. That's just like the bottom of the normal web.
I was getting so stressed out that you guys were gonna talk about something like super gnarly, like, and you were like, "Oh, you're making it sound like a snuff film. It's not that crazy." And I was like, "Thank God."
Yeah, no. Like,
oh yeah, no.
it's not
but
that bad.
it's like
it's
definitely-
just gross.
Yeah.
It's definitely bad.
And then we had to eat dinner afterwards, and that it was just.
And the funny thing is, we even like made a pact, like we're not gonna bring this up during the podcast, right? Because like we watched this like an hour ago, and then Brandon was like, "Hey, you know what?
Don't bring up shit fries."
On the subject of dinner, guess what we watched?" Yeah.
Oh man.
Is there anything else you guys want to go over before we wrap up?
I mean,
I think we're chilling. That was like almost an hour and a half. That was about as long as our normal episodes, actually.
yeah. So yeah.
So that's really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is really, really fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for
this
having
is
us on.
sick.
It's really nice to meet you guys. Again.
Good question.
Yeah.
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you guys too. You guys are like
For the second
really cool.
time.
Yeah, for the second. Yeah, you guys are like really cool, and it was
Aw.
fun doing this with you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll just do like our little outro thing, and then like we can.
Do you remember our outro? Because I don't.
Here, I can ad lib a little bit.
Here, wait.
Um,
It's on one of our outlines.
It's fine. I can ad lib.
Oh God.
this. I can ad lib.
No, I want to
this.
find the outline. The outro I wrote. My stutter came back. I knew I went too long without stuttering. Okay, so.
Brandon the Enforcer.
Come.
Oh, I don't have an outline. My outline just says recap the podcast and thank the artist.
Yeah. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in to Keepin' It Lowkey. Yeah.
With the Story Boys.
Literally forgetting my own podcast name. Yeah. check the YouTube out, and this will also be on Spotify. And we will see you
And
later.
make sure you stream Destroy Boys.
Yeah, make sure you just
Aw.
we will be linking all of your guys' stuff in our bio.
I don't
Yeah.
want it to end.
Alrighty, tune in next time, and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.